you up when you're falling down. Waking up to one like this, swimming in our loneliness. To pick you up when you're falling down. Again and again and again. Again and again and again. Again and again and again. If I ever lose my sight, remind me to look for your light. Illuminate my mind, and I'll never go blind.
Welcome everybody. This is week 3, the Colonial Clash Racing Series. We are at Darlington Raceway for a night race this week. This is the Woodard Automotive 109, presented by Woodard Automotive. Race length 80 laps. This is the Colonial Clash Racing Series. Inaugural season for the Colonial Clash. 32 drivers competing for the top prize, over $500. Top 5 drivers will be paid out this year. Go ahead and see, go ahead and get track information put up here. As you see there, we're at Darlington Speedway, 80 laps, 109 miles. Track temperature sits right at 80 degrees for race start. Pit road speed, 45 miles an hour. We'll see a fuel window tonight of 30 to 40 laps. Last week was quite the barn burner. This is your point standings as we sit right now after week 2. It's up a little bigger for you. You see J-Bo pulling off a win again. Last week, 2 in a row, pushed to the win by his teammate John Garrett. There in the 66 truck. Keith Hackney sits in 3rd. Mark Parkhurst 4th. Matt Knight in 5th. Tyler Rex 6th. Jordan Saylor 7th. Jim Oot sits in 8th. 9th. Richard Clements 10th. Jay Coyle. 11 goes to Chuck Feltz. 12 to John Anderson. 13th to John Gutekunst. 14th Charles Evans. 15th Adam Purcell. 16th is Lane Phillips. 17th Scott Mayhew. 18th Jeffrey Ford. 19th Dean Greathouse. Rounding out your top 20 is Brian Parker. We'll go ahead and take this time now to thank our broadcast sponsors. Melissa's Pizza, sponsoring the inaugural season for Full Send Race TV. Melissa's Pizza is a mobile food truck located in Green Springs, Ohio. Fort Worth Screen Printing, also big sponsor this year for Full Send Race TV. Get a hold of John over there at Fort Worth Screen Printing for all your t-shirt, embroidery, decals. You can check them out at, I believe it's FW Screen. We will post all the links to any of the race sponsors in the description of this video post-race. Looks like drivers in the warm-up session right now. We got about 13 minutes left here in warm-ups. We'll go ahead and get right into the Colonial Clash sponsors here. AIM, which is Armstrong Industrial Management, located in Hanover, Michigan. AIM specializes in CNC and other automated machinery repair. Get a hold of them, 517-250-7300. Another sponsor we see here, again, Fort Worth Screen Printing. Once again, this is John Garrett, located in Fort Worth, Texas. Get a hold of them for custom t-shirts, embroidery, decals, and your other advertisement needs. Goose Graphics, owned and operated by John Gutekunst, driver of the number 41 truck. Get a hold of Goose Graphics on Facebook for all your iRacing and other graphics needs. Next sponsor in the lineup, Oot Renovations, located in Cato, New York. This is owned and operated by Jim Oot, driver of the 65 truck. Oot Renovations specializes in all housing repairs and renovations. Outrun Esports. This is another broadcast sponsor. This is ran by one of our league drivers, J-Bo. This is an esports team for iRacing. Pro Cup Racing Experience. Go ahead and look up their website at procuprace.com. You can book a driving experience at the next track they'll be at. Go ahead and get yourself in a NASCAR. Woodard Automotive, located in Battle Creek, Michigan, owned and operated by Tyler Woodard, driver of the 77 truck this season. Go ahead and contact them for your next service or repair. Back to the start again. Alright, looks like we are still in warm-up here. Looks like about 12 minutes left. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get some lap times up on the screen here for you. Bring up a ticker here. Looks like Keith Hackney so far with the quickest lap time. Keith in that number 69 truck there. Looks like Keith is not currently on the track, sitting in pit road. We'll jump back to our first truck on track, which is third place, Alan Dobbs. Sitting in third place with a 29.42. Alan Dobbs, a member of Thin Line Racing from Fort Payne, Alabama. Driving that number 22. Chevy Silverado. Alan is a contractor outside of iRacing, and he's sponsored by MK Designs. Go ahead and sit here and watch this warm up here. Looks like we got about another 10 minutes left in warm up. Then we're going to go ahead and get into qualifying. We will have our Pro Cup Pole Award winner interview. Start our warm up, and we'll get into the national anthem after that. Go ahead and jump around the field here. Take a look at Spencer Teal here running that black and white Chevy Silverado Pro Cup Racing Experience sponsored machine. Getting some communications over the headset. Sounds like a race control. Getting a few pre-race things worked out here. We'll try to get him up here in the booth as soon as he's available for a little insight on this week's race. We are at Darlington Raceway for a night race. The Lady in Black, Too Tough to Be Tamed. I would have to imagine this is going to be a pretty event-filled race this week. Sounds like a lot of the drivers have gotten quite a bit of practice in this week. Sounded like definitely something they need to do. Very tough track, takes a lot of skill, finesse, a little tire strategy come into play here, as well as fuel strategy that we see every week. Looks like Spencer choosing to run that high line here in practice session, right up there along the wall. You see him, he's right there behind the 41 truck. This is John Gutekunst, the owner of Goose Graphics, and that Armstrong Industrial Management sponsored number 4 Chevy Silverado. A lot of these guys here running for the 1776 Motorsports. They are the creators of the Colonial Clash Series this year. This is the inaugural season for these guys. Still trying to get some of the bugs worked out here in the league. This is the first year broadcasting for Full Send Race TV. So if you do have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to drop them in the chat. For those of you that are already watching, go ahead and drop your pick. Who you think is going to win tonight's race in the chat. Get some fan interaction going here. Sounds like we do have Nick. We're going to go ahead and bring Nick in here for a little bit of insight and see what he thinks of what we're going to get tonight in the race. Hey, Nick, got a copy, man?
Yeah, Ty, how's it going tonight, bud?
Pretty good, man. Just getting ready for this, what I think is going to be a pretty exciting race tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be some door-to-door racing. We got, side by side. It's under the lights. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, man, it's definitely going to be a lot more action-packed, than we had last week at Talladega. You get on those big super speedways, everybody kind of gets spread out. I don't think we're going to see a lot of that tonight here. It's probably going to be pretty stacked up, a lot of action-packed. I think we're probably going to see a lot of drivers play this one conservative, especially in the beginning stages. And we will see, just how things are going to play out tonight here very shortly.
Yeah, and I know during some of the practice races throughout the week, the drivers were having some issues on the restarts and things like that. I know that's been brought up in our general chat on our Discord and things like that. If it does go green flag racing, which I'm hoping for, that would be very awesome. You're definitely going to see the leader catch some of the tail end guys on the track there. So that's going to be interesting to see on how those guys give the leader space and things like that to get around. I know we talked about it week 1, week 2. A couple of drivers pulled down to the apron to allow those leaders to go past. So it's going to be interesting tonight on these smaller tracks. It's only a 1 mile track, so it's going to be interesting to see how those guys give the respect tonight on a small track.
Yeah, totally. They're definitely going to run into lap traffic here, and I don't think it'll take too long. From the chatter I've heard this week, we have a lot of guys putting down some very, very fast laps in practice sessions. So I don't think it's going to be very long before we start to see the field interacting with lap traffic. It'll be interesting to see just how hard these guys are going to fight to stay on the lead lap. Just another thing, I know this is my first year broadcasting. This is Nick's, first year broadcasting as well as running race control. So bear with us. I know there's been a lot of ums and and things of that nature. We are trying to work on it. It's hard to break those habits when you're not sure just what to say. You kind of tend to just fill it in with a little or so just know that we are working on these things to try to make it a better experience and not so repetitive and annoying for you guys, but it is hard to break those habits, right, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We will definitely. There you go, right there. Guys definitely will let us know about it when these races are done. So, it's fun. We're having fun with it. I'm having a blast. I look forward to it every Wednesday. There it happens again. So it's something we're starting to pick up on. So bear with us. And the guys are definitely let us know about it.
Yeah, man, as this goes along, I think it'll get better, but for right now, we're both so new to this. It's your nerves get worked up before the race starts, and you think you got a million people watching. It might only be 6, it might be 20, it might be 30, but you feel like a million people are watching you, and your nerves get going. And I've noticed once we get, about halfway into the race, we kind of start to relax and get into our groove, and then as soon as we get things fired up and get going, it seems like it's over just that quick, so it makes it all that much more difficult.
Absolutely. And from my point of view, I'm watching 4 monitors here. I got drivers talking in my ear on the driver chat, trying to listen to what you're saying, where we're at with the broadcast, where we're at with the race, watching the track, getting guys what I want to say here, the black flags cleared, things like that. There's a lot going on. You don't know just on how much behind the scene work is going on until you actually do it. Like I said, I'm having a blast though. We're learning as we go, and I'm hoping everybody's enjoying it. So yeah, if anybody has comments, suggestions, throw it in the chat. We definitely review it. We are actually pretty hard on ourselves after everything's done. We review it. We definitely take everything into consideration. So
All right, it looks like we got about just under 5 minutes left in practice. I don't know how much stuff you got to do with your driver's meeting, getting these guys ready for the race, but we'll let you hop out of here and get back to that, and then you just let us know when you're ready. We will jump into qualifying, do a little commentating on some of these qualifying laps, and then we'll get into our Pro Cup Pole Award winner interview. But we'll see you when you're back up here.
all right, sounds good. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. That was Nick Fry. Nick is running race control also for the league this year, trying to do some secondary color commentary for the broadcast. So a lot of things going on for Nick, as you heard from him there. He's got 4 computer monitors going on. He's trying to monitor the race, monitor black flags, clear black flags, call yellows. I'm looking at 4 monitors myself, trying to keep up with the times everyone's putting down, where we're at in the program, make sure we don't miss any sponsors, important things like that. So yeah, don't be afraid to drop some comments in the chat, things that you could suggest to make it better, things you might want to see. We do have quite a lot of capabilities with the broadcasting software, making this a really interactive experience. The fan interaction is a big thing that we all hope for here this year. As we get this dialed in, we'll hope to make it better all around for everyone. But for now, it looks like we got about 3.5 minutes left in this practice session. We're going to take a little break here, let you watch the field go around the track. Looks like right now, J-Bo, our only winner this year, sitting on top of the leaderboard with a 29.35. Alan Dobbs in second, the 29.35 showing there. Looks like Alan actually ran a 23.96 based on my timing screen. Hackney with a 29.55. Looks like maybe our tower here is showing a little bit of outdated time. See if we can't fix that. 29.37 there for Hackney. Looks like a 29.51 for Cody Nelson. 29.56 for Sailors. Here we have Mark Parkhurst. Mark's a new member for 1776 Motorsports, rocking that breast cancer awareness number 23 truck here tonight. Looks like maybe Mark's having a little bit of an issue with his paint scheme there. Mark normally in the 16. Not sure why that's showing a 23, but Mark is running breast cancer awareness paint scheme here this week. Mark's driving that number 23 Chevrolet Silverado, sponsored by Humbert Auto and Diesel and Auto Repair. As I said before, he is a member of the 1776 race team. Mark's from Enfield, New Hampshire. His job is a recovery clerk at BJ's Wholesale Club, sponsored by Full Send Race TV and Humbert Diesel and Auto Repair. Let's jump back here to the 20 truck. This is Spencer Teal, also another 1776 driver here. Spencer is from Greenville, South Carolina. He's a maintenance technician at a factory, sponsored by Pro Cup Racing Experience. Jump up here to the 21. This is Thad Failer. Thad is from Nampa, Idaho. Races for LTO Motorsports. Looks like that is the only driver for LTO Motorsports. He's a software developer. He's sponsored by Dutch Bros Coffee, we believe, at this point in the season. Thad been running pretty strong this season. As we see here, looks like Thad currently sitting, well, maybe not too good of a start for Thad. Looks like he's sitting in 27th place currently in the points race after 2 weeks. Saw this truck up near the front a lot last week at Talladega. This is the 53. This is Charles Evans. Charles Evans is from Friendswood, Texas. Races for Team Extreme. Likes to build race cars, hot rods, and other custom fab work. Sponsored by CJE Enterprises. Last week's second place finisher, John Garrett. John's from Tyler, Texas. John is the owner of Fort Worth Screen Esports team here. Fort Worth Screen Esports had quite the showing this season so far. They finished 1, 2, 3 the first week, first and second last week. And one of their drivers currently sitting atop the leaderboard here in practice. As we conclude practice, we're going to head right on over into qualifying. We'll see who is our first driver to take the track in qualifying. Looks like Dalton Hunter going to be your first one, I believe, to enter the track. Dalton driving that number 49 machine there. Chevy Silverado. See if I can find Dalton here on my score sheet. Dalton is from Springfield, Missouri, excuse me. Races for Honey Hole Motorsports. He's a Lowe's Contractor Sales Associate, sponsored by Plateau Fly Shop and Honey Hole Custom Flies. See what kind of lap Dustin runs here. Dalton, excuse me. Doesn't come. Dalton comes around here, crosses the start-finish line. Gonna put down a 29.45. Jabo, sorry, excuse me, that's Jabo with a 29.45. Sailors with a 29.76. Driver currently on your screen runs a 30.58. Jabo, a two-time winner in all 2 races this season. Puts down the quickest time so far out of 6. Jabo puts down a 29.36 for quickest time. He's going to sit atop the leaderboard. Jordan Sailor's in second. We saw both those trucks run at the front last week at Talladega for quite some time. Jabo, of course, exiting the full send race moment of the race there at the near the end, made that crazy pass, entering pit road to take the lead there and end up bringing home the W, pushed to the win by his teammate John Garrett in the 66. Let's see if Jabo can manage to hold on to that top spot. $12 cars so far put down lap times. Not sure exactly how many cars we have showed up here tonight. Looks like maybe 28 trucks registered here tonight. We're going to go ahead and get Nick back up in here. Nick, got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man, as you see, there's J-Bo again sitting top of the leaderboard with 13 qualified.
Running tough, and you got his teammate there in the 47, Dustin Franklin. He finished in the top. I believe he finished third week one. Wasn't here last week, but he's part of that Fort Worth esports racing team as well too. So he's qualified top 10. John Garrett actually surprisingly back there in 11th. He's the third member of that. Oh, actually,
there goes John. Just jumped up to 7th there with a 30 flat.
Yep. Hey, give me a second here. I got race control.
All right. So as we see there's your 3 Fort Worth Screen Esports drivers. J-Bo sits first. John Garrett sits 7th. And then you have Dustin Franklin there in the 47, currently sitting 4th as John Garrett gets pushed back 1 position there to 8th. I believe that was Jonathan Golden that jumped over top of him there in the 86 truck. Looks like we got the 77 of Tyler Woodard, putting on a 30.44, good enough for 13th at this time. $15 trucks qualified so far out of 28 you heard there from Nick. Almost a full field here tonight, short 4 trucks. Looks like we have the 58 of Adam Purcell. No, he is not on the track. Looks like Adam's coming out right now. Adam ran strong last week at Talladega. We're going to go ahead and turn it over here for Nick, let him announce a few of these trucks for qualifying. You there, Nick?
Yep, I'm back.
All right, man, go ahead and take it away here for a little bit of qualifying.
Yeah, I heard you say Adam Purcell's name. He barely made it last week. Got in by just the very last seconds there. Didn't qualify in for a while. We were talking about him being one of the biggest movers too. So, he's definitely strong when he runs. So let's see what we got going here. Speaking of which, we did have a driver drop out of the season this year. So Dean Greathouse did drop out. He was running, I believe it was the 96 truck, a red spoiler car. So unfortunately, he did have to drop out due to some other things going on, which we appreciate him being out here. But so we are down to 31. Is it 31 drivers on the roster?
It was, yep, you're correct. It was 32. Sounds like we're down to 31 now since Dean dropped out.
Yep, so we are down to 28 of 31 guys then. I know Aaron Van Dam that runs with us, Van Dam Motorsports, he's feeling a little under the weather. He sent me a message earlier, so if he's watching, feel better, bud. So, yeah, we're running pretty consistent each week with those 28, 29 guys, which I love to see. Usually in some of these leagues you run, you got guys that can't make it. They're trying to scramble, finding guys to fill in and things like that. So I do appreciate everybody that committed to the season, being able to run. It does make for the racing better, so... does not look like Adam Purcell in the 58 came out yet on my end. So
looks like I saw him come out on the track there on my end, but I don't see him registering a lap time. He looks like he's on the track right now, actually, as he comes through turns 1 and 2. This may be his first qualifying lap here.
Okay. All right, there you go. I did get Brian Parker in the 36 truck. He did a request to get an EOL to start at the end of the field, so I know he will not be coming out. Again, that's Brian Parker in the 36. He is. I did see some chat. Speaking of that, that a couple guys maybe hang around the tail of the field to see how things play out. If you remember, they only get 1 fast repair tonight, so if anything does happen, then they have to use it early. It's gonna be a long race without anything additional. So
yeah, I think we'll see a lot of drivers play this one at the beginning very conservatively based on that 1 fast repair and just how much of a bear this track can be. It's 1 fast repair can go away real quick, as we see the 41 of John Gutekunst there puts down a 31.13. I believe that was John's first lap. John headed down the backstretch into 3 and 4. We'll see if he can make it better on the second lap. Again, first lap of 31.12.
And for those that don't know John, he does he owns and operates Goose Graphics, all your iRacing. He's one of our admins as well, so he's one of our founding fathers. For the league, Colonial Clash 1776 Motorsports. So check him out.
Looks like John's going to do much better on that second lap with a 29.94. Puts him into 10th place there. Much better second time around.
Can you pull up Spencer Teal on your broadcast there, Ty?
Okay.
believe he's out running right now as well.
Looks like Spencer is in pit road. He qualified with a time of 30 flat. So it looks like he's qualified 11th position. Shows a 30 flat on my screen. Yeah, it looks like he's coming in and right there in the 11th position, right behind teammate John Gutekunst.
And did I see you had Purcell up then before you just switched over?
Looks like Adam is out there right now. He's coming out right now. I believe this is going to be his out lap right here, and then we're going to see him put down 2 laps. Not sure what happened there. Maybe making some adjustments or something, but he had definitely already been out at least once before I saw him on the track, and now it looks like he's back out there. He hasn't registered a time yet. I'd imagine maybe making some adjustments there to the steering ratio or something in the truck.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, we do run fixed races, which means you can only adjust certain things. There's only about 3 or 4 different things you can adjust, so it's not custom setups. It keeps the field a little bit more consistent, things like that for the guys that don't have as much time to put down. So making a couple little bit adjustments so you can definitely play a factor on how the truck drives for the length of the run, different things like that. So I know throughout the week a lot of guys do experiment with that, so that very well could have been the case. But he is definitely one that I'm interested to watch tonight, see how he runs. He started last week, and
Purcell jumps up to 8th place there on his first lap with a 29.87.
Yeah, so he started last week because of getting into the race late, and quickly came through the field, and at one point he was leading, if I'm not mistaken, and I thought he was going to be the hard charger, and yeah, he is a tough driver to watch.
Do you happen to have a story? Looks like we have a few drivers here yet to qualify. There's only 40 seconds left. We have yet to see the 11 of Matt Knight, the 22 of Alan Dobbs, the 44 of Richard Clement, and the 1776 driver Jim Ooten, the 65, still yet to qualify.
I haven't heard nothing over the chatter besides Brian Parker there, come across and say that he was going to be starting in the field. If I had to guess, though, I do believe Matt Knight and Alan Dobbs are on the team, and then you got Richard Clement, Brian Parker are on a team as well, too, on the Red Spoilers. Not sure on Jimu. He's a 1776 guy, so I'm not sure if he's just not comfortable with the track. Not really sure what's going on there, but I have to guess the other ones are that strategy.
All right, so qualifying is going to conclude here, and barring a major change, looks like Jabo is going to be our Pro Cup pole winner. So I'm going to go ahead and try to pull Jabo in here as we start the warm-up period. Let's see if we can get Jabo in here for his interview. Looks like Jabo not in the Discord tonight. Let's see if I can figure out what's going on there. Give me 1 second here. Sounds like Jabo not in the voice chat tonight, so we are unfortunately not going to be able to get the interview from Jabo. Jabo is the winner of the Pro Cup Pole Award, however. Check one more thing here. There he is. He is in the waiting to be interviewed room here. Sorry about that. Let's get him pulled in here. Hey, Jabo, you got a copy?
I do. What's going on?
Hi, man. Thought you were MIA from the Discord there for a minute until I saw you were in the waiting to be interviewed. How about that, man? 2 wins already. Now you qualified P1.
Pretty good, man. I'm gonna try and do the best. Try and lead the most laps and stay up front. Hopefully it'll work.
All right, man. Well, good luck. We'll see if you can't bring home 3 in a row this week.
Hell yeah. Appreciate y'all a lot. Thank y'all for broadcasting.
No problem, man. All right, so there you heard from Jabo, short, sweet, and to the point. I'm going to try to stay out front, try to not get caught up in any accidents here tonight, and see if he can bring home his 3rd win in a row. About 3 minutes left in the warm-up here. I'm going to go ahead and flip-flop this tower off here. And we are going to get straight into our national anthem for the week. This national anthem is Trace Adkins.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed
at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Beautiful version of the national anthem done by Trace Adkins there. That national anthem is brought to you by the Red Spoilers Racing Team. Red Spoilers are the sponsor of our national anthem all season long. As I've mentioned before in past broadcasts, there's a lot of active and past military members racing here tonight. Firefighters, EMS, and police all represented in our field of 31 trucks here for the Colonial Clash Racing Series. Looks like about 30 seconds to go here in warm-ups. Then we're going to go ahead and get into our starting grid rundown. Get Nick back up in here and go ahead and split the rundown. As soon as this warm-up wraps up here, about 8 seconds, we will see the grid overlay pop up. Your drivers will start to take their positions on the starting grid, and we're going to get ready for 80 crazy laps at the Lady in Black. Get this back here. There is your starting lineup. We're going to let Nick go ahead and start us off and give us from 1st to 12th place.
All right, Ty. You got me, bud?
Yes, sir.
All right, starting first is J-Bo, man. He's the guy to go. He's the guy this year. Starting second in the 69 truck, Keith Hackney. Third is going to be 7th of Cody Nelson. 4th of Jordan Sailors in the 55. Starting 6th is going to be, I jumped a line ahead. Starting 5th is going to be 21st at Thad Failer. Starting 6th is going to be the 16th of Mark Parkhurst. He's been silent, but he's been running very good this year, so I'm excited to see what he's going to do. 7th is Dustin Franklin in the 47. 58 of Adam Purcell in the 8th is 58 of Adam Purcell. 86th of Jonathan Golden starting 9th. Starting 10th is the 9th of Jake Herbert. Starting 11th is the 41 of John Gutekunst. And starting in the 20 truck, Spencer Teal starting 12th.
Alrighty, starting 13th is going to be the 29, Elaine Phillips. 14th, John Garrett. 15th will be Jake Hoyle. 16th, Kyle Harbin. 17th, Scott Mayhew Jr. 20th will be Chuck Feltz. 19th will be Tyler X. 20th will be Chuck Feltz. 21st will be Tyler Woodard. 22nd, Guy Clem. 23rd, John Anderson. 24th will be Charles Evans. 25th, go to Alan Dobbs. 26th to Matt Knight. 27th to Richard Clement. 28th to Brian Parker. Rounding out your field starting 29th will be James. Ooh. Sorry about that there, guys. That overlay is a little backwards and tricky to read. Get that off the screen as your drivers are 1 to green. We're going to see them come down to the green flag this time. We're going to get this thing kicked off. Like to give a thanks to everyone for joining and watching the race tonight. J-Bo starting out there on the front again with the 69K Keith Hackney as they roll through 3 and 4 down to that start finish line. We are underway at Darlington. Looks like we got a battle for the lead here already off the start. J-Bo and Keith Hackney battle it out as they enter 3 and 4. Keith Hackney's going to dive down on the inside there. J-Bo to the high side, followed by the 7 truck of Cody Nelson there in 3rd. Jordan Sailors running in 4th. 5th place is that 16 of Mark Parkhurst, followed by Thad Failer, Dustin Franklin, and Adam Purcell rounding out your top 8. J-Bo takes the lead back, move Cody Nelson to 2nd. Keith Hackney gets shuffled back to 3rd. Caution is out. Let's go ahead and go back to this replay here. Jump back. Looks like to 29 of Lane Phillips involved in this accident. Gonna go to Chase here. We're gonna play this forward. So it looks like we got the 29 of Lane Phillips. Drifts up the track a little. Looks like Kyle Harbin comes there, tries to make the pass on the top side, gets in the wall. The 29 just pinches up into the 24. And as the 29 slows, you see the 66 there, looks like. 66 of John Garrett gets into that left rear quarter of Lane Phillips. Looks like it's going to be on the 29 of Lane Phillips. Moved up the track there as the 34 tried to make the pass on the outside, just didn't have the room, and collects the 66 of John Garrett as well. So we are under caution here at Darlington. We're on lap 4 of 80. See J-Bo still sitting in the lead there, followed by 2nd place Cody Nelson. Keith Hackney runs 3rd. Your top 10 pretty much unchanged at this point. Well, looks like. So let's go ahead and go back to this replay. Go ahead and go back here a little farther from Lane's perspective. I'm gonna rewind it back here and just see what happened here. Looks like Harbin trying to make the move here on the outside as they come into turns 3 and 4. Phillips just comes completely up the track, way out of his line. Looks like he might have got a little tight there. Harbin goes up into the wall maybe to try to avoid the 29 and gets the rear quartered. And then, as you can see, John Garrett there gets into the 29, tries to avoid the 34 truck that's spinning as he puts on the brakes. Not sure if John gets any. Yeah, it looks like John gets rear contact there from the 56. Scott Mayhew ends up getting back into the 34 again. So, yeah, it looks like Lane Phillips drifted up the track and the 34 just had nowhere to go there. A little bit of technical difficulties here. Sounds like Lane Phillips in the 29 truck is going to receive an EOL there for drifting up the track. 34 truck would look like maybe he was already headed for the wall, but with the 29 drifting up, you know, just nothing, no room for Harbin there to go. So the 29 truck will be assessed an EOL penalty. For those of you who don't know, EOL penalty is an end of line penalty. Driver will just have to go to the rear of the field, start on the restart. Just so you know, all restarts this year in the Colonial Clash Series are green on the leader. Leader also has lane choice. The initial green of the race is on the green flag. Any restart after that is on the leader, as well as the leader does have lane choice inside or outside. So see some interesting choices for lane choice there as the race goes on. Some drivers electing to run the high side, some electing to run the low side, depending on where the best groove is on the track at the time and how their tires are. Looks like we're going to see Jabo elect the inside line here on this restart as the drivers roll down the backstretch. They are 1 to green and will get the green flag this time by. Jabo leads your field into 3 and 4 as they come down the front stretch. They're going to take the green flag. Big jump for the lead here by Jabo. And are 1 and 2. Hackney's in the lead. Keith Hackney jumps out to the lead here after Jabo took a commanding lead on the restart, drops back to 7th position. Not sure what happened there. Jabo definitely got shuffled back. But we have Keith Hackney out in the lead, Cody Nelson second, Jordan Sailor's third, followed by that 16 truck of Mark Parkhurst. Not sure exactly what happened on that restart. It looked like Jabo got a big run on the restart, but ends up dropping back to 7th place. Keith Hackney out to a pretty good lead here. Got about a half a second lead over the 7 of Cody Nelson. Hackney, normally a dirt track racer, trying to put some dominance this year on the Colonial Clash Racing Series on these asphalt races and show them. Sounds like we got Nick Fry is down there on pit road. We're going to see if we can't get a pit road report from Nick. Hey, Nick, got a copy, man?
You got me, bud?
Yeah, man, got you.
Yep. All right, there you are. Hey, yeah, you mentioned Keith Hackney was leading there, and if you remember from last week's interview, he was ecstatic for where he finished, so it's good to see him running up front again. I believe you mentioned he is a dirt guy. Obviously, though, he's turning into an asphalt guy. He is definitely pulling away there from Cody Nelson in the 7, so it's good to see him. He was having fun last week, and hopefully that's rolling over into this week.
All right, man, as we see Keith Hackney still way out there in the lead.
Keith is currently running 3rd in the points for the season this year, too. So he's battling John Garrett in the 66 and Jabo for that 2nd and 1st place in the season points. So that'll be interesting to see if things play out, or if things stay like this, how it's going to play out. He is definitely putting some ground in between him and Cody Nelson.
Looks like Jabo's managed to work his way back up to the 5th spot there after his little mishap. Let's jump back here. This is the 22 of Alan Dobbs. Sounded like this week, all week during practice, Alan running some very strong lap times, maybe trying to play a little conservative here. Looks like we got quite a few drivers hanging out in the back here. See, we might go ahead and jump back here to the 66 of John Garrett. Riding on board with the 66 of John Garrett. John's currently sitting in 24th position after that lap 3 incident he was involved in. John riding right behind that 29 of Lane Phillips. Might be a little animosity there between the 66 and the 29 after the 29 brought that early caution out. Looks like John did pit on lap 3. Not sure if he elected to use that fast repair or not just yet. I would imagine probably not this early in the race. Rear end damage, not a huge factor at Darlington, as we don't see a draft come into play here. So a lot of these drivers probably going to stay out with most damage unless it is, engine damage or actually slowing the truck. Let's go ahead. Sounds like we got a report here from Nick on Tyler Rex. Hey, Nick, got a copy?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so I was looking at my score here, and Tyler Rex in the 84 1776 motorsports guy. He's running back in the 27th position, and that really caught me off guard. I checked in with his crew. He said he actually got into the wall a little bit, had some guys underneath him. He rode the wall through the corner just so he didn't come down on him. So to kind of piggyback on what you just said, he is running around right now with quite a bit of right side damage on that. Going to hold off on using that fast repair for as long as he can, but he is definitely got some body damage going on.
I think we're going to see a lot of drivers tonight, as I stated before, elect to stay out with quite a bit of damage, even if they are losing a little bit of speed. Probably going to wait until a bigger accident happens and more drivers have to burn a fast repair to try to put themselves on a level playing field. Like I stated before, we don't see the draft come into play at these smaller tracks, so damage not as big of a factor. Obviously, it does slow the truck down, but one fast repair at a track like Darlington, probably better off to save it for late in the race.
Absolutely. And as I'm watching this too, man, Keith Hackney, he is putting on a show right now. He's almost 2 seconds ahead of Cody Nelson, almost over 3 seconds ahead of Jabo there. He's going to be catching up to, looks like maybe Guy Clem here, running in the 37 truck. He's the last car right now in the lead lap, so give it a couple of laps and he's going to be catching him here sooner than about probably, 4 or 5 laps. I would expect him to start catching him, so he is going to have to start navigating through some of these this lap traffic if it stays green.
Yeah, keep an eye on that 47 of Dustin Franklin. That's the other Fort Worth Screen Esports driver. He has made his way up from 7th to 6th position, riding around there. 3 positions behind teammate Jabo. Obviously, as we saw, John Garrett quite a bit back after that first accident. I wouldn't be surprised to see the 66 make his way back to the front here later in the race. But just to keep an eye on those Fort Worth Screen Esports guys, they are a tough crowd.
Yep. Looks like we're going to have a caution come out here. And real quick to piggyback on that, it does look like Dustin Franklin, he missed last week, like I said earlier. He was, I believe, 3rd in points after week 1. He dropped all the way down to 24th after missing last week. So he needs a good point night to get back up there and then at least the top 16 for that season championship at the end of the year.
Right. So looks like we're going to go back here. We're going to take a look at the 3 of John Anderson. Looks like the 3 truck's running around the bottom here. Comes up. Yeah, it looks like the 3, as we can see, there's the 66 of John Garrett again. John Garrett comes around the high side, has plenty of room in that upper groove. Looks like the 3 gets tight, maybe loses a little bit as we see it's hard coming out. John gets into the wall. Not sure if the 66 and the 3 would have made contact there had John not bounced it off the wall so hard. Let's go ahead and take this back and run at quarter speed. Yeah, I think the 3, it looks like the 3's running a pretty good line. Looks like he's holding it just below that top line there in the pavement, and John Garrett just runs it in there hard and bounces it off the wall and gets into the 3. Let's watch it one more time. Watch the right side of this 3 truck as he stays. He's below the top line there. He's still below it. He's turning down. Yeah, and he just gets quartered by the 66. I think this looks like might be a penalty assessed on the 66 truck here. We're going to see all of our leaders come down pit road. We see Dustin Franklin come down pit road there in the 47. This is our second caution of the race. Caution comes out at lap 20. Let's see just exactly when that yellow came out here, just to clarify. Yeah, it looks like the yellow came out at lap 18. So we saw the 3 of John Anderson and the 66 of John Garrett getting together there, coming out of turn 2. Looks like we're going to have the 49 truck of Dalton Hunter in the lead. Looks like Dalton electing not to pit here. Looks like your top 3, Dalton Hunter, Tyler Woodard, and Jim Oot, all electing not to pit just yet. Riding along with the 77 driver, Tyler Woodard here. Looks like Tyler's going to restart second. Tyler is the sponsor of tonight's race, owner and operator of Woodard Automotive, located in Battle Creek, Michigan. Looks like Jim Oot, another 1776 driver, going to roll off third here. All 3 of these drivers electing not to pit. Another 1776 driver follows them up. This is the 37 of Guy Clem. Another 1776 driver electing not to pit. Looks like the rest of your field pitted pretty recently, other than, see, the 56 of Scott Mayhew last pitted on lap 4. Scott maybe trying to play some strategy here, but other than that, most of your field looks to have pitted pretty recently. With this last turn of event, looks like your hard charger is going to be the 65 of Jim Oot. Jim's up 26 spots there, started 29, up to 3rd. As you see the field make their way down the backstretch, they have gotten the 1 to green signal. Here we will be 57 to go, and the drivers get the green flag. Green back out again at Darlington. Oh, we got a truck into the infield wall almost here on the front stretch. Looks like he manages to gather it back up. Oh, and the 65, as we just spoke of, Jim Oot takes a hard hit. He's going to collect the 84. Oh, he's going to collect 3 of his 1776 teammates here as we watch that accident happen live. I'm going to go back and see if we can get the replay of that. Ooh. As we just spoke of Jim with the hard charger up from 29th. Watch the field here. Riding along with the 65. Jim riding that high line. Keith Hackney comes down on the inside here for the pass. Looks like Keith's going to go ahead and clear the 65 safely. 65 still riding that outside. Still up top. Looks like Cody Nelson almost gets into the 65. Jim moves up the track, maybe to avoid contact with the 7 there. So up towards the wall. Jim's still riding that high line as they come out of 1 and 2 here. Jim gets a piece of the wall. Comes down, gets turned by the 20 of J-Bo. That just sends Jim into that inside wall. Hard hit on the inside wall there. Tries to keep it from coming back up the track as you see him on the gas there. A lot of these guys with absolutely nowhere to go. Collects the 84, the 20, the 41. All those 1776 guys collected in that accident. Let's go ahead and do a cockpit view here. See exactly what Tyler Rex saw that accident. He had a pretty good view of it here. Oh yeah, hard hit there as he just gets the front of the 65. Let's go back and watch from here and just see his view as he comes out of the corner here. Ouch, big hit there as you see Tyler Rex just spinning all over the track. Let's watch this from another point of view. This is the 20th Spencer Teal also involved in that contact there. Bunch of 1776 guys lined up here as they come out of turns 1 and 2. Looks like Teal's out of the gas here. He sees what's happening. That 84 gets hit and comes straight up into the 20. Not sure just how much damage the 20 truck gets there, but what a tough break for the 65. Sounds like he has already disconnected. He will receive an EOL penalty. Dalton Hunter is your leader. Like to get one of those guys in here for an interview, but it might be just a little bit too soon after something like that. We're only on lap 27 here right now. Looks like that caution flew on lap 24. That is our third caution of the evening. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get Tyler Rex in here for an interview. Hey, Tyler, it's Ty up in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, Ty, how we doing?
And give us a little rundown what happened there. Looked like your teammate lost it, got a little squirrely, got into the wall, and ended up taking out a lot of his teammates there.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I kind of had a hand in that. I thought he was going to keep shooting up, so I wanted to shoot down and miss him, and I didn't get a chance to miss him.
Tough break, man. I'm assuming you had to use the fast repair. You're one and only for the race.
Yep, I'm going to just sit back here. Monday night, I did this, and same thing happened to me early. I'm going to just hope for a couple more cautions, see if I can't get back up here and get me a top 15.
All right,
So,
mate. Good luck. We'll get you back out there, and hopefully you don't get involved in another accident like that, because you will be SOL with no fast repairs left, man.
Yep, thanks again, Ty.
Thanks, man. There you heard from Tyler Rex. Went ahead and used that fast repair. That's his one and only fast repair. It looks like Tyler currently scored in 26th position. We'll see where he ends up restarting. Your leader will be Dalton Hunter when we go green. Sounds like the 77 of Tyler Woodard has a lot of right side damage starting there in second on the inside. Drivers roll through 3 and 4. They will get the green flag this time. So out to your lead is the 49, Dalton Hunter. On in seconds, Cody Nelson. Tyler Woodard shuffled back there to third. See that 69K, Keith Hackney running fourth. Caution is out again. Let's see if we can't locate this one. Let's go back to the yellow here. Sounds like it's back here farther in the field. Here we found it. Looks like we're going to take a look at the 75 of Chuck Feltz. As they're coming down the back stretch here, we see the 37 of Guy Clem. Here's the yellow 75. This is Chuck Feltz, followed by the 44 of Clements. Looks like Feltz holding his line. The 37 of Guy Clem just drifts down into him, and that brings out the caution. I would definitely say after that review that the 37 truck just absolutely comes down on the 75 here. Take one more look at it full speed. Yeah, it looks like the 37 just lets out and tries to make his dive for the turn. We're going to go to a cockpit view here with Guy Clem and see if we can actually see that wheel turn to the left here. Gonna go on board with Guy Clem as he comes into the corner here. Starts to let off. Yeah, it looks like we see that penalty is gonna go to the 37 of Guy Clem as Guy Clem gets out of the gas and tries to make his dive down. Maybe doesn't realize the 75 truck's there and just comes right down into the 75 of Chuck. So far we're 31 laps in. A very eventful race as we all expected. Has been 4 cautions thus far tonight. 31 laps in, 50 laps to go. See if we can't get a report there from Guy Clemens, see exactly what happened there. Maybe Nick can get us a report down from pit road. Try to catch up with the 37 driver. Dalton Hunter is your leader right now as they sit. Cody Nelson in second, Keith Hackney third, Jordan Sailors fourth. Alan Dobbs runs fifth, Dustin Franklin sixth, Matt Knight seventh, eighth to Thad Failer, ninth to Jay Bow, 10th to Charles Evans, 11th to Jonathan Golden, 12th is John Anderson, 13th is that 16 of Mark Parkhurst, 14th is the 29 of Lane Phillips. Kyle Harbin currently in 15th, 16th is Richard Clement Sr., 17th to Tyler Woodard in the 77. 18th, looks like 18th is Adam Purcell. 19th is going to be Chuck Phelps, 75 truck we saw involved in the previous accident. 66 of John Garrett runs 20th. Spencer Teal currently sitting 21st. Drivers not on the lead lap. Guy Clem. Looks like Guy Clem is not on the lead lap. Jake Hoyle. Tyler Rex. Jim Ooh, obviously out of the race. Jacob Herbert, I believe, out of the race. I believe John Gutekunst out of the race as well. So an early night for a lot of these 1776 drivers. Very unfortunate. We are 1 to green as your drivers roll through turns 1 and 2 here. See the 49 of Dalton Hunter electing that inside line this time. That's going to put the 7 of Cody Nelson on the outside. There's that 69K again. Keith Hackney starting there on the inside. Looks like our hard charger at this point, the way they sit, is going to be Alan Dobbs up 19 spots. From 25th to 6th as of right now. Green is out. Looks like that didn't take very long, and the caution flag has flown again here at Darlington. Can't go back here and see what happened. Looks like a big accident here. Looked like Mark Parkhurst may be involved there. No. Go ahead and rewind it back here. Flip this camera around. Slow speed. Looks like we see the 55 there. Jordan Sailors up top, followed by the 47 of Dustin Franklin. Looks like Sailors just dives right down. 55 comes down hard into the 40. That's the 49 of Dalton Hunter, your previous leader. I'm going to take one more look at it here. Full speed. Yeah, looks like the 55, maybe a little bit of net code there, but the 55 of Jordan Sailors just absolutely comes down right across the nose of the 49, just chops him completely off. We're going to see what happens after that. Watch from J-Bo's point of view. You see the 55 chops the 49 there, gets into the wall, collects the 47 of Dustin Franklin. Dustin there saves Keith Hackney big time by shoving the 55 back up into the wall. Probably saves quite a bit of the field there. So we see all the field managers, you know, good job there by Jordan Sailors to keep that truck up in the wall. Most of the field there getting scot-free. I'd imagine Dustin Franklin took the brunt of that, as well as the 49 of Dalton Hunter. But when Dustin hit the 55 back up into the wall, he no doubt saved a lot of the field. All in all, though, looked like the 55 just absolutely chopped the front end of the 49. I would assume he will be assessed an EOL after that. Cautions breed caution seems to be the case at Darlington tonight. This is our 5th caution on lap 36 of 80. 45 to go. Looks like we will see the 49 of Dalton Hunter come down pit road this time. That's going to put, I believe that's going to put the 7 truck of Cody Nelson in the lead. I believe this red spoilers truck, which is the 56, Scott Mayhew, must be a lap truck, I believe. Can't check the scoring sheet here. It looks like Scott is a lap down. Maybe he's waiting for his lucky dog wave around here, but that's going to put the 7 of Cody Nelson in the lead, followed by the 22 of Alan Dobbs. Dustin Franklin, if he can stay out and avoid using the fast repair, he will roll off 3rd. Hackney manages to skate by, stays in 4th. Matt Knight running 5th. Looks like Hackney may be 5th, Jabo 4th as the shuffles around here under caution. Interesting so far. 5 cautions. Not even halfway into this one. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in to Full Sun Race TV for week 3 of the Colonial Clash Racing Series. Any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to drop them in the chat. Let us know who you think's going to win. Let us know who you think's got the sweetest paint scheme of the week. A lot of drivers running special schemes for Darlington. Looks like John Gudenkunt's back in the race. As I previously mentioned, I thought he was out. John's back on the track. Like Tyler Rex used that fast repairs. We spoke to him previously. Hi Clem made his way back out there, I'm sure, after using the fast repair. Involved in that last accident there. Looks like he's got some front end damage on the front of the 37. Been a rough race tonight, as most of us predicted it would be. Looks like we're 1 to green here as the drivers roll down the backstretch. Sounds like your race control electing to take this single file restart after this many cautions tonight. This one will be on Cody Nelson and Cody Nelson alone. Green out. Drivers under 1 and 2. Cody Nelson is your leader. Looks like caution flag flying again here at Darlington. Drivers seem to be having a tough time here getting this together tonight. We're going to go ahead and jump back here, see if we can't locate just what happened here. Looks like we're looking at the 37 and Guy Clem involved with John Garrett again. Looks like John Garrett's running his line there up the top. Yeah, the 37 just comes right up. Comes right across the nose of the 66 truck. Drives him, gets himself turned. He ends up upside down, almost over the guard fence. He's way above the fence. He does go over the fence back onto the track. Looks like he's disconnected there. Like that's going to give us some fits here with the race. Sorry about that. So yeah, all in all, looks like we're going to have the 37 getting the EOL there. He's also going to disconnect and give some more damage to that 66 of John Garrett. This will be another single file restart due to that caution. We're halfway now. 6 cautions in. Lap 41, 41 to go. These accidents are starting to pile up here. Let's see if we can't get Nick up in here. Hey, Nick, it's Ty up in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes, sir, I do. I got working hard tonight, dude.
Cautions breed cautions tonight, I would say.
Yeah, you're gonna have it with short track racing, but I'm not sure why this is such a problem tonight to get these restarts taken care of. I don't know if it's you know, we got super experienced racers out here. We got some inexperienced guys, but all in all, you know, this is kind of getting frustrating even from my point of view. So I'm assuming these drivers are starting to get a little heated. So hopefully this single file restart, we can get some separation. We
Looks
can get
like
some
we
green flag
see
running.
the 47 truck of Dustin Franklin there electing to go pit side.
It looks like also maybe the 53 truck is following him as well.
Yeah, that looks like Charles Evans also going to come down pit road. Sure. Maybe some damage from the previous accident. I don't believe either of these drivers involved in that caution.
Yeah, surprisingly, right now there's still 23 drivers on the lead lap out of the 29 that started this race. So being in this, what are we, lap 42? Still 23 drivers on the lead lap. That's not that bad, but like I said, I know guys are definitely starting to get a little frustrated by the driver chat right now.
Yeah, man, I would imagine the tensions are building at this point in the race. We've seen a lot of, sounds like a lot of not clear incidents going on here. People just getting antsy. I don't know if we're losing patience. People are getting frustrated. What's going on? But there's been a lot of nose chopping going on.
Yeah, these short tracks, you know, it's difficult to run. You know, the founding fathers, when we talked about this is one of the tracks that we went back and forth on. Do we run it? Do we not? But I tell you what, these tracks here are what brings out your actual drivers. You know, your super speedways, things like that. Anybody can run those tracks. The tracks that take a little bit of skill, things like that. This is what brings out the guys who know what they're doing versus the guys that don't. And nothing against those guys. I'm one of those guys that I struggle on short tracks. You know, I just can't handle, you know, the braking, the entering, the tires, things like that. But this is definitely, I think, as we get a couple of these guys woven out here and things like that, get, you know, some of the guys that are on the lead laps, as we get laps wound down, they're going to start allowing some of these other guys to run a little bit harder. So
Yeah, I would have to agree. We're going to take the green flag here. We're going to go ahead and get back into it as you see the drivers roll out of turn 2 and onto the backstretch here. They come down to the green flag this time by about 37 laps to go. This was our 6th caution of the night.
one of the drivers to watch is the 47 of Dustin Franklin, restart in 21st. He's the one I talked about earlier that had to have a good points night since he missed last week to get back up there, you know, in the top 16. So he's in the 20-ish position right now in the season points. So he's got to get this turned around quick.
All right, well, they're coming through 3-4. Man, this is a kickoff again. As we see, Cody Nelson jumps out to the lead. The 22 of Alan Dobbs in second. Third's Keith Hackney. Fourth, J-Bo made his way back up through the field. Looks like we got a battle here for 6th position. Thad Failer, Matt Knight, and Jonathan Golden. Looks like we're going to have the caution come out here, possibly in turn 1. Sounds like they're crashing. Caution is out. Let's see if we can go ahead and see who was at fault here. Looks like the 3 of John Anderson. Let's go ahead and rewind it here. You see the 3 truck here, Bass Pro of John Anderson. Calm down, enter the turn. Anderson definitely comes down. Again, we see the 49 of Dalton. Yeah, 49 comes up a little here, but this is definitely going to be on the 3 of John Anderson as he just came down into Dalton's line as they entered the corner there. Gets hit by the 49, sent back up into the wall. Little damage there. Let's go ahead and watch this one more time just to clarify for race control. Run at quarter speed as you see the 3 let off. 49 down at the bottom. That's a tough one to call. The 3 definitely comes down on the 49 there. But the 49 also coming back up off the apron. Looks like both of them may be involved here. This might just be a racing incident. This is Darlington. I think this one's there's not gonna be a fault given here for this one. Caution pacing around here. Your leader's still the 7 of Jordan Nelson. Looks like that's going to be Thad Failer in second position now. Sounds like we're going to go back to a double file restart now after the field failing to get nothing together here. Still under caution. Lap 48, 33 to go. This is our 7th caution. Leader is Cody Nelson, followed by Thad Failer. Jonathan Golden runs 3rd in the 86. 16 of Mark Parkhurst runs 4th. 22 cars on the lead lap. Drivers will get the 1 to green signal this time by as they enter turns 1 and 2. Be 31 to go when they take the green flag. Sounds like this is going to be one more single file restart. See if we can get this together. Drivers coming through 3 and 4 here. Down the front stretch will be green with 31 to go at Darlington. Cody Nelson jumps out to the big lead. John Garrett stopped there, running right there. You see the 55 of Jordan Sailors with the big move to take 8th place. Like Jordan trying to size up the 75 of Chuck Phelps as he dives to the bottom. Jordan driving with a vengeance here. Jordan started 4th, currently sitting 7th position right now as you see him make the pass on the 75. So good race in here for the 4th place position between Mark Parkhurst, Jonathan Golden, and we see Kyle Harbin makes a move to the inside as they enter 1 and 2 here. Jump back here. This is the battle. 15, 13. See the 20 there, Spencer Teal. Alan Dobbs there in the green and black 22. In front of him is the 11 of Matt Knight. You see Matt Knight here trying to make a move on the inside of the 66 of John Garrett. John's luck not going. There's John's teammate in front of him. That's the 20 of J-Bo. Sounds like we got a battle for the lead. Looks like Thad Failer trying to make a move on the inside of the 7 truck here as they come through turns 1 and 2. Mark Parkhurst there in that breast cancer awareness Chevy Silverado coming down the backstretch. Looks like that's going to take the lead into 3 and 4. Can he hold it on the bottom is the question. Looks like he's gonna. Cody Nelson pulls up alongside of him as they come down the front stretch and cross the line with 27 to go. Mark Parkhurst pulls up to the inside of the 7 truck, trying to make a little bit of a battle here for 2nd place. As we see the battle heats up for 4th, Kyle Harbin hits into the wall hard there, trying to make the pass on Jonathan Gold. Manages to keep it together, and he's going to make a run right back for it in the bottom of 3 and 4. See the 55 of Jordan Sayers trying to make a run here on the outside as the 7 of Cody Nelson gets a small bump maybe there from Mark Parkhurst. This is a good battle. Look at the 55, big shove into the back of Jonathan Golden there. Going to hit him with a little bit of a bump and run action here on the inside. Oh, while Thad Baylor just stays out there with a commanding 1.3 second lead over 2nd place Mark Parkhurst. Gonna go ahead and get Nick in here. Hey Nick, man, it's Ty. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I'm watching this battle going on up here for the lead, second on back, dude. This is the racing I've been wanting all night. Finally, glad we get to see some of it here.
55 truck just driving like an absolute madman. I mentioned. Look at here. We see the 69 Keith Hackney with a big move on the bottom. We got the 20 of J-Bo driving his way around. He's gonna come up and cut the 34. Here comes teammate John Garrett. They're slicing and dicing with 26 to go at Darlington.
Yeah, you got 55 there. You got the 34 of Kyle Harbin pushing hard. Good to see Spencer Teal up there finally. He's been quiet all night, so it's good to see. Oh, I'm mistaken on that. Who is that? Oh, J-Bo. J-Bo up there, so. Yeah, this is the racing I've been looking forward to. So all in all, then, while Thad Failer continues to pull away, Mark Parkhurst is sitting nice, about a second behind Thad there, but a second ahead of Cody Nelson as well, too.
We see Hackney pulls to the inside of Cody Nelson. I'll take that 3rd place. Cody Nelson gets in line. J-Bo behind him. J-Bo's going to make a move to the bottom here as they cross the start-finish line. 24 to go. Can J-Bo keep it down? Looks like he's gonna. Comes back up.
Who's that? Kyle Harbin in the 34 behind him. Looks like.
Yeah, that's Harbin and Jordan Sailors lined up. Maybe they're going to try to make a bottom move here on the 7. Here comes Alan Dobbs on the bottom, trying to make a move around Kyle. Look at Alan. Cody Nelson's in the wall. Harbin gets into him. Wow, they managed to keep it together as John Garrett has to get on the brakes coming down the front stretch. Almost gets into the 34 there. There's some dicey moves going on as we see. Jordan Sailors puts the moves on the 7 truck, put him in 6th position. Starting to get a little spread out now. Looks like Cody Nelson maybe lost a little here. He's off the pace as we see the 60s.
Right now, based on that last 3 wide we just had, some drivers things are going to get heated up here in the last.
But we see the 66 making a move on the 7 now as they go down the front stretch. As they cross the line, give John Garrett 7th place.
Ty, go back up and check your leaders here running if you would. I think we got Keith Hackney took over there from Mark Parkhurst, if I'm not mistaken.
Hackney's currently running 2nd. J-Bo's in 3rd. Looks like we have a battle for 3rd though. Parkhurst and J-Bo.
He's going to be catching some lap cars, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do for him.
Looks like the 3 truck of John Anderson is just going to go ahead and give that spot to Thad as he pulls to the inside there.
There you go. Good move by him.
Looks like J-Bo manages to pull off a pass here on Mark Parkhurst and Alan Dobbs, put himself in the 3rd position. Now he'll deal with the 3 truck. Oh, look at the move by Alan Dobbs all the way to the bottom to get around the 3 truck. Manages to pass J-Bo in the same move.
I'd have to imagine he's on fresh tires there, and I'm not sure on how long he's gonna be able to run like that, but he's on a mission. He is
we're
flying.
still 20 laps to go. Alan last pitted on lap 46, so we're currently on 61. So I would imagine he took tires during that pit stop. He actually made an absolutely crazy move there to get around the lap car and also put J-Bo behind him, put him in 3rd place.
That might be your move of the race if he can continue to hold that position.
Looks like we have the 11 truck of Matt Knight in the wall on the backstretch. Caution won't come out. Got a move here by Chuck Feltz. Chuck passing the 34.
If you can, I believe Keith Hackney caught that failure.
He did. It looks like we missed the pass there. Let's go ahead and
Keith
rewind it
Hackney's
here
putting on a
mid-race
clinic
and
right
just
now.
see if
Back
we
up
can
front.
see if we can watch the move when Keith got that here. We'll let Nick keep an eye on the live action. Yeah, here comes Hackney. Gets a run out of turn 2 up there on the wall. Thad gives him just enough room. He just powers by him on the outside.
Looking at live action going on right now too, it looks like maybe your Alan Dobbs in that 22 catching the 21 of Thad Failer. So I wonder if Thad kind of drove his tires off there as he started pulling away, and now it's finally starting to catch up to him.
Yeah, it looks like Alan only running about 1/10 of a second as you see him close right up to the rear bumper of the 21 there. Here he comes with the big. Oh, does it make a little contact as they come down the backstretch?
Right up to his rear bumper.
Looks like the 22 might roast those tires off too if he's gonna. Oh, here comes J-Bo. Let him come right along with the 22.
Gotta let him know he's there. Oh, that Failer down low. J-Bo on top. That's gonna be an easy pass for the J-Bo.
Comes John Garrett. Puts the pass on the 55.
Keith Hackney is going to be your leader at in the number 69 truck. About a second and a half back will be Alan Dobbs in the 22. About 5/10 of a second behind Alan then is going to be 64 J-Bo. So if J-Bo can finish again off in the top 3, top 5, he is going to have a dominant points night.
Don't forget, we see the 66 of John Garrett making moves as he's up to 6th place. John started 14th. He's up to 6th, maybe still conserving a little. He's been involved in quite a few accidents tonight, probably trying to be conservative. I wouldn't count these guys out, for a top 2 finish. I'm not sure. It looks like currently we see Dustin Franklin, their 3rd teammates, running in the 20th position. Not sure if he can make up that much ground to get to the front, but anything can happen with 16 to go here.
Yeah, and looking at John's truck, he must have recently used a fast repair because he does not have any damage on his truck. So he must have held out.
I noticed that. Looks like he must have held out and waited. As we see, John's going to try to make the pass here on the 16 truck of Mark Parkhurst.
But it does look like Jordan Sailors in that pink 55 truck is all over the back of Garrett. I would be expecting him to be making a pass here too.
He's going here. He just tried to make. He just took the move. He passed on the inside.
John's gonna give it up to him. John radioed and gave it to him. No contest there. So good racing by those guys. They know what their truck is capable of right now at this point in the race. As we come down to about 12, 13 laps to go. So
yeah, like we mentioned, John,
Mark Parkhurst now too.
John probably trying to be a little conservative there, giving up the spot. If I was a betting man, I'd say John probably not trying to burn those tires off just yet, as we still have 14 to go. It's like Hackney's out to a little over a 1-second lead on Dobbs. Dobb with about a 2-second gap over 3rd place J-Bo. J-Bo running about 3 seconds ahead of Thad.
Caution's out. Truck gonna be spinning around. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna probably be the 7 of Cody Nelson.
Jump back to the red flag here. We'll go back to Cody. Flip the camera around here. Give her a rewind. Start right. Oh, looks like it's going to start way back here, actually. We're going to watch the 7 of Cody Nelson. Coming through 1 and 2. Hits the wall. 7 gets into the wall hard. Comes down. Comes back up into the 75 of Chuck Phelps. Puts Chuck into the wall. Net codes Chuck. Sends him to the infield. The 7 can't seem to straighten it out. He ends up sideways in 3 and 4. Down on the apron. Instead of staying down, looks like he comes back up. Tries to stay down. Almost collects the 20 of Spencer Teal. Everybody on the binders. The 7 just drives right up into the 77 of Tyler Woodard. That is 100% a penalty on the 7 to Cody Nelson there. I'm not sure what happened, but he was absolutely all over the place. Took out a lot of drivers there that, he didn't need to take out. oh, that whole sequence there could have been avoided, you know. Looks like the 7 could have got out of the gas way before he did, as we see here. Oh, he comes out of turns 1 and 2, heading down the back stretch. He smokes the wall here. Comes down, comes up, gets the 75 truck of Felts. Right here, he should be out of the gas and down the apron. Get some net code there on the 75. He's all over the place. At this point, I think the driver, you know, he needs to pick top or bottom. He's down on the apron here. Just to clarify, Nick, he did hit Chuck the first time. He came up and T-boned the 75 at Chuck Felts, and then the second time they make contact was net code. So yeah, then we see the 7 gets down on the apron. He gets loose on the apron there. Yeah, just a lot of stuff caused there that could have been avoided. Not sure what happened there. It's hard to say when you're not looking at it from a driver's perspective. But from up here, you know, looks like the 7 could have let out a little bit there, gave a little more. He got on that bad part of the apron there, kind of back and forth, and you could see the truck just get loose on him there. And could have been a lot worse than it was, but still a lot of that could have been avoided. But as we've mentioned all year, these are a lot of new drivers. A lot of guys haven't raced together. We will go back to a double file restart here. We are at 11 to go right now. I would imagine we'll be about 9 to go when the green flag flies. Looks like Matt Knight is going to be your leader. Richard Clement's going to run second. Jabo up there in third. This should be an interesting restart. John Garrett running 7th. John Gutekunst 11th. See the 20 of Spencer Teal. The 86 of Golden. 49 of Hunter. 77 of Woodard. Jake Hoyle. Brian Kiefer managed. I know we did get word at the start of the race Brian was going to ride around the back. Had some issues going on. He said he was just going to try to ride around in the back and get points and pick off the freebies as he could. Looks like he's made his way up to 17th as they sit right now. Sounds like maybe he's asking for an EOL here. Going to go to the back of the field. We are 1 to green as your drivers come down the backstretch here. Green out at Darlington, 9 to go. Battle for your lead between Alan Dobbs and Japo here. Allen's into the wall as they come out of turns 1 and 2. Jabo makes the move on the bottom. Keith Hackney making it too wide. Doors to 22. Alan Dobbs as they enter 3 and 4. They're door to door into 3 and 4. Hackney, oh! He manages to save as the 22 gives him a little shove and tries to spin the 69 out, coming down 7 to go. I'd imagine Keith Hackney probably not very happy with that little maneuver. Jabo in the lead. Alan Dobbs runs second. Keith Hackney manages to keep it together, running third, followed by 4th place Jordan Sailors. Adam Purcell runs 5th in the 58. I was like a lot of tensions building over driver chat. A lot of people not happy with each other. It's getting very heated. Alan Dobbs is your hard charger as we sit up 23 spots from 25th, running second. That's what I mentioned earlier. Alan was putting down a lot of good times this week in the practice sessions. There we see the 58 of Adam Purcell running 5th place after he started 8th. A lot of these drivers, J-Bo started on the pole. Keith Hackney started 2nd, running 3rd. Jordan Saylor's in the same starting spot, 4th. Mark Parkhurst currently sitting in his starting spot, 6th. Matt Knight in 9th place, up 17 positions from the start. 5 to go. Looks like we got a battle back here between the 75 and the 49. A battle for 10th place. Alan Dobbs trying to run down that 64 of J-Bo. 1.4 second gap right now to the leader. Back to your leader, J-Bo. Keith Hackney running 3rd. Looks like pretty big gap. The 2nd place back to Hackney's about a 1.7 second gap. Jordan Saylor's running pretty close to the rear bumper, the 69K. Big damage on the 69K there from that contact with the 22. John Garrett managed to work his way up to 6th. John Gutekunst running 7th. Mark Parkhurst in 8th. Chuck Feltz currently sits 9th, followed by the 77 of Tyler Woodard. 1 to go. This time by is your leader, J-Bo, with a 1.3 second lead. Is he going to win 3 in a row, ladies and gentlemen, as he comes up on lap traffic? Looks like it's a 3 of John Anderson here. Give the win again to J-Bo. This man cannot be stopped. 2nd goes to Alan Dobbs. 3rd to Keith Hackney. 4th to Jordan Saylors. 5th to Adam Purcell. 6th to John Garrett. 7th to John Gutekunst. 8th to Mark Parkhurst. 9th to Chuck Feltz. Tyler Woodard comes home 10th. Matt Knight comes home 11th. Dalton Hunter 12th. Jake Coyle 13th. Kyle Harvey 14th. And rounding out your top 15 is Jonathan Golden unofficially. What a show put on by J-Bo. This man is on an absolute tear, winning the first 3 races. We're gonna go ahead and get our interviews in here. We're gonna start with 3rd place, Keith Hackney. Get these guys shuffled around here. Let's see if we can find J-Bo in here. Get him up here. Not sure. Probably in here soon. There's J-Bo jumped in. Hey Keith, it's Type in the booth. Got a copy, man?
What's going on, buddy?
Man, tough break there. Looked like you and the 22 got together. There at the end, y'all both sent it in there real hard, going for what looked like to be 2nd place. Not sure That was a racing incident or just exactly what happened there? You want to go ahead and give us a rundown of what happened?
Uh, I mean, he got into the wall. He went low, so I mean, I already had momentum. So I was rubbing the wall going down the back straightaway, and I mean, I don't know what else he needed me to do. I mean, I didn't have no more room. And when we went into three, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's all I can say is that I think I had probably the winning truck there at the end. If I could have just cleared him, I mean, I think I could have ran Jabo down. But kudos to him. You know, he played strategy good, and so did I. And I mean, hell, I was fast all night long, and it sucks to just come up short, and especially like that. You know, it'd be different if the circumstance was maybe a little bit different, but you know, I don't know. Me racing on here for a while, I don't know. I think that was kind of aggressive. You know, just I don't. I mean, maybe he didn't want to get past. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, and all I can say is just karma's a bitch, you know, and we'll take it. We'll take it next week.
At least you still come home with a third place finish. Could be worse. A lot of these drivers ended up putting it on the trailer early tonight, so there's one positive thing for it. No, not the way you wanted to bring it home, but could have been wadded up and in the hauler a lot earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I avoided some close calls. I didn't take tires till lap 50, I think, and obviously you could tell on that next restart, just putting through there, and you know, like I say, it is what it is. Kind of frustrated, but you know, we'll take it next week, and we're gonna get us a damn win or two.
All right, man. Well, anybody you'd like to thank while we got you in here?
Yeah, man. It's, Team No Love. What's this? Southern Love. Just House of Speed. NH Lens. Kill Course Consulting. Race Page Pro. Just everybody on the team, man. Lane had some tough luck tonight. Adam showed up at the end, and I don't really know what happened to Kyle, but we'll take it and we'll move on.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate the interview, and we'll see you next week.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and let Nick get second place. John Garrett in here, I believe. Let me check.
Alan Dobbs, 22 of Alan Dobbs.
Alan Dobbs already in here. Alan Dobbs is your hard charger tonight and your second place finisher. Alan, this is Nick and Ty up in the booth. Got a copy?
Hey, I do. How
Take
you
it
guys?
away, Nick.
Hey, Alan, good run by you tonight, man. It's been quiet first start for you here, but give us a rundown. What you think of Darlington? How'd you manage to get through those 8 cautions we had there? Give us a rundown of what you thought tonight.
I love the track. Darlington's probably one of my favorite places to race. It's just, it's really a driver's track, and you every lap you're in danger. You know, if you want to run fast, you got to be up against that wall. Not much room for error, and I don't know how we made it through. There was one we was right on the back door of. They were stopped all in the track, but somehow or another we didn't even use our fast repair. I probably should have took it there at the end. I might have had a little bit more speed.
That is impressive because not many guys tonight can say that. So currently you're sitting in 23rd in your season points, so tonight's going to be a great points night for you to try to get into that top 16s for the playoffs. You're running with Thin Line Racing. You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight while we got you up here?
Yeah, just thanks to everybody on the team. You know, we're all working strategy together, trying to help each other out through the race, and thanks to the admins here for you know, letting me drive. Thanks to you guys for the broadcast and everybody out on track for a hell of a race.
Appreciate it, man. That is right. Yeah, you had some massive speed at one point in the race. We were talking up here about your tires going to have to be falling off soon, but you continue to grind and catch the pack and things like that. So congratulations, you were quick tonight.
Yeah, thank you guys. It was like I said, it was a great race, and can't wait for next week.
Absolutely, yeah. Dover, give us a quick insight on how you think Dover's going to be after you see how people ran Darlington tonight.
It's probably going to be crazy, but that's another one of those tracks, man. I just love it. I can't get enough of these tough driver tracks. Love them.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to watch you next week. Again, congratulations. It's going to be a great points night for you. We'll see you next week at Dover.
All right, thank you guys.
Appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too.
Jabo, you got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir.
Dude, what is this? 3 in a row? What is going on?
It's amazing, man. I don't know what's going on. It's fun.
Yeah,
Got lucky. I think we got really lucky with that last caution. At the beginning of the race, we missed a shift that was pretty bad. We went from third to second, almost blew the motor, but other than that, it was a good race.
yeah, interesting. Did you get caught up any wrecks tonight, or how were you on your fast repair?
I did it on one restart. I had about 30 seconds of damage, but it wasn't that bad. It didn't really hurt us too much, but I ended up taking that fast repair at the end to help a little bit.
Yeah, I was just shocked a little bit. 22 of Alan Dobbs, who finished second there, said he did not use his fast repair, or did not need to use his fast repair at all tonight. So pretty impressive when he said that. But hey, you're atop the season points, obviously. Tonight, you're not going to be changing any positions. If anything, you're going to be gaining your lead. What's your thoughts on Dover as we get into next week?
Dover is definitely not my best track, so it's going to be kind of nuts. I'm glad I got these 3 wins in a row, but I think moving forward, it's going to be kind of tough. It's going to be a lot harder than it is these first 3 races.
Absolutely. We've seen some guys tonight like Kyle Harbin and a couple others actually come to life and contend and run towards the front where I think they may have gotten some, wrecks the weeks previous. So anybody you'd like to thank again tonight while you're up here?
I'd like to thank Burn Exterior Enhancements for everything they do, sponsoring my trucks, and Fort Worth Screen Printing, and everybody that supports me.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations again. We look forward to seeing you next week, seeing if maybe you could pull off 4 in a row. That would be something. But, yeah, congratulations, and enjoy the rest of your evening, bud.
Appreciate you, man. Have a good night. Thank y'all for the podcast.
Yes, sir.
All right, Nick, we're going to go ahead and take this opportunity to give the full field rundown. Finish watching J-Bo's finish here and watch him do a couple of donuts on the replay, and then we're going to give the full field rundown as J-Bo comes around, I believe, here to the checkered flag. Here's just celebratory donuts by the 20 truck. J-Bo, 3-time winner out of 3 races. Gets a little love tap from teammate 66, John Garrett there. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump back to live here. We're going to
He's getting pretty good at those.
Full field rundown. I would say J-Bo's getting pretty good at them donuts. That's right. So coming home with the win this week again is the 64 of J-Bo. Second goes to Alan Dobbs, who is also your hard charger and received the full send race moment of the race. Third goes to Keith Hackney. Fourth to Jordan Sailors. Fifth to Adam Purcell. Sixth to John Garrett. Seventh, John Gutekunst. Eighth is Mark Parkhurst. Ninth is Chuck Feltz. Rounding out your top 10 is Tyler Woodard. Go ahead, Nick.
Finishing 11th then is going to be Matt Knight. 12th is going to be Dalton Hunter. 13th, Jay Coyle. 14th of Kyle Harbin. 15th of Jonathan Golden. 16th is going to be Brian Parker. 17th of Richard Clement. 18th of Dustin Franklin. 19th of Cody Nelson. 20th of John Anderson. 21st of Tyler Rex. 22nd of Thad Failer. 23rd of Spencer Teal. 24th of Charles Evans. Scott Mayhew Jr. comes in 25th. Lane Phillips 26th. Guy Clem 27th. James Oot 28th. And running out your field of Jake Herbert 29th. And he did message me when he had to jump off. He had an emergency come up and had to jump. So again, we're becoming a small family here in the Colonial Clash. So thoughts out to him or for whatever he's got going on. But he did apologize. He had to jump out, and he said he'll be back next week. So
yeah, definitely thoughts are with Jacob there. Said he had to jump out. What a race tonight. Kind of just what we expected, a little bit of a wreck fest there. Ran good for a little bit at the beginning, and then cautions bred cautions. A lot of people out early. That's kind of an indicator, I think, of what we're going to see going into next week. Next week will be the Humbert Diesel and Auto Repair 90 at Dover Speedway. It'll be 90 laps, day race. What do you think for next week, Nick?
I think we're going to see a lot of what we've seen tonight. A lot of drivers, we might see some bad blood boiling between some of these drivers. I know a couple of them weren't happy with certain moves other drivers were putting on them. The short track racing, it's going to happen. Hopefully we don't see too much retaliation or anything like that. But Dover, it's going to be a small track. It's going to be bumping, bumping and racing and things like that. I'm looking forward to it. As we get further into the season, we're definitely going to start watching the top 16 for those season point standings. As we get closer, guys are going to start pushing harder. Keep in mind, as we get to that final race of the regular season before the playoffs, the top 16 is going to go, and then it's going to get this field's going to get smaller from there. So that is already starting to shape up, play out. J-Bo is going to have a commanding lead. after tonight again. Keith Hackney, is going to be in the top 3 again. Curious to see where Alan Dobbs, who's currently sitting 23rd, where he's going to jump up into points above some of these guys that did not have that great of a night, kind of like guys like your 1776 driver Jim Oot, who disconnected early. So definitely going to be some point shake up, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it as always.
All right, man. Well, we will catch up with you next week, same time. Race should get kicked off at about 8:40 Eastern time. We'll start the broadcast. We'll get into qualifying at 9 Eastern, and the race to follow after a short 5-minute warm-up session. So thanks for everything tonight, Nick, and we will catch up with you next week, man.
Absolutely, man. Have a good evening.
You too. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up tonight's broadcast. If y'all got any questions, comments, concerns, you can drop them in the chat or in the comments on this video after the race has concluded. Once again, all the sponsors that were shown during the race and pre-race, their links will be posted in the description of this video. Go ahead and give them a follow. Check out Fort Worth Screen Printing. Use the promo code Colonial. Get 15% off your next order. Once again, that's promo code Colonial at Fort Worth Screen Printing. Buy any of their merchandise and receive 15% off. Big thanks to all of our sponsors for making this happen. And as always, have a good one.